Welcome back. We have one more of our two-dimensional composite figures. So I'm going to go to that problem, and it looks like this. And I want to start with area because that's what we've been doing. It really doesn't matter. And on this one, if you take a look with me, we have a square. This one really already has a parsing line, that dashed line. And this is the square on the bottom. That's 10 on each side. And then on the top, we have a half circle. Now that's very important. This is not a whole circle. So we have to be really, really careful with that part. Okay, so for area of a square, we've done several of those now. That's length and width, so 10 and 10, and those are being multiplied. So the area of the square is 100 square centimeters. That's definitely the easier of the two. Okay, an area for a circle is pi r squared. So A equals pi. And you are looking at your radius here. If you imagine that the circle continues down here, there's the center point. So we are looking at the radius. The 5 is your radius. So we have 25 for 5 times 5. And 3.14 for pi. And so that is approximately 78.5 square centimeters. But we have a problem. That is for a whole circle. And we only have half of a circle. So here's how you do it. I'm going to write it out just so you can remember. If you have half of a circle, you have 1/2 of means multiply, and our circle is 78.5, and that's the math you need to do. Or you can divide it by 2, either way. But you get 39.25 in a half circle. Okay. So my composite area, remember we have to put both of these parts together, is 100 plus the half circle, and that is 139.25 square centimeters. So this one has a catch to it. You have to remember to cut your circle in half. Okay, at the bottom, I'm not going to color this one again because that's making my system lag a little bit. But I will go ahead and highlight the sections that we want to use. We want the distance around the shape, not in the middle. So we need those 3, and then we need this half. So maybe if this were a mirror in my house and I wanted to put a border on it, this is an example of what I would be doing. We're not counting anything on the inside. So circles don't have perimeter, they have circumference. And that's pi. Let me use the one with radius. 2 pi r, because we know radius. And then the perimeter for the square, we don't want the whole thing. We only want 3 sides, because we're not counting the dashed line. So that's 30 centimeters of blue lines. Okay, to get the circumference, you're going to say 2 times pi times the radius, which is 5. And so that is going to be 31.4. Let me double check that. And that is plain centimeters. But that is for a whole circle. And we only want half of a circle. So we're going to say 1/2 of 31.4 equals 15.7. That's for the half circle. And then we need to make a composite of those. And let me highlight that part, because we've got the half circle and then we've got the part of the square, and we need to put those together. So we're going to say 30 plus 15 7/10 is 45 7/10 centimeters. And that is your composite distance around the outer edge. Okay, that does it for 2-dimensionals. In the next series, we'll look at 3-dimensionals, and we'll only be doing volumes in those. So I will see you in the next film.